Fuel. It's about what you get from R.E. Michael on the coffee stand. So since I didn't have my pictures synced yesterday, I figured I'd throw those up at the start of this one. We've got our condenser. It was a 16i 6042, and we've got our new evaporator coil with the transition, new drain line, and re-insulated the supply plenum. And then the other side of the unit, lighting is great. We've got a worthless picture. You can't tell what's going on. But anyway, last night went over to Project Rardonizer and was working on some of the ductwork, and I was getting ready to add a piece of flex to this one. Had insulation wrapped around it, and so I pulled back the insulation to see what I was going to have to do to tie the flex onto the what I thought was a boot, and I found no boot. Excuse me. That is a collar in a 4x10 wooden frame and a ceiling register right there. I believe that boot goes to a bathroom in the second floor, and I'm kind of surprised that we don't have black funky stuff growing all over the place with as much leakage as we have there. But anyway, this morning I'm headed over to a 2-system maintenance visit. The customer sounds familiar, but I don't recognize, or I don't have a report or a project in the cloud. So I guess I must not have done a check over there. Either that, or it's been a long time and I didn't get the cloud save of the project info on my tablet. So I'm not 100% sure what I'm getting into. And then this afternoon I will have a couple of, well, I've only got one failed inspection so far. The other one we had to order some parts for it. There has been what seems like a pretty big kick recently to offer freeze protection for condensate drain lines on furnaces, air conditioners, whatever. And I've never seen that before. You know, it's in the book for the installation guide to offer freeze protection as needed. But down here in North Carolina, we are very seldomly below freezing. When we are cold, we're cold for a couple of days, and the only place you might need freeze protection would be the times when you don't have a 3/4 inch drain line sticking out the side on a condensate pump, and you just run the clear tubing out with the line set. At that point, yeah, freeze protection would be very well deserved. But freeze protection in that particular instance is not 100% sure what the specific application is. I'm probably going to stop by there anyway just to double check what is going on. I recognize the customer name, but I don't remember a whole lot about it. The other one, I don't know how we missed it, but we've got a 40 amp fuse block on a system that's a 35 max, and I just don't have any idea how we missed that, other than just being sloppy. Mr. Oakwood, you need to tighten up every chance you get. I don't remember which one that was. It's either FAM or Soderbergh. I think it was Soderbergh, but I don't remember the details of it anyway. I watched Zach's live stream from last night, talking about the Testo smart probes, and you know, it's disappointing to hear about these problems and little issues that are going on, because, you know, I had high hopes for the Testo stuff to do really well because of the fact that it was an affordable alternative to the Sporran or the iConnect wireless probes. But to find out that they've got, you know, connectivity issues, not necessarily issues with range, but connectivity in general. Range you can expect, but when they won't even connect from the device to the tools, that's pretty serious. And then Justin McCullough had a pressure sensor that blew out
in half a mile,
somehow or another.
South McDowell Street.
I've had my issues with iConnect in certain things, mainly that they're not water resistant. Everything else has been pretty decent. You know, connectivity, they tie in, range is amazing, that sort of thing. And the biggest issue with iConnect to me is that they are not water resistant by any stretch of the imagination. If there was a way to put a sleeve on it, or a, you know, some kind of a protective sleeve like you do for your phone, a case that would allow you to have your probes plugged in and keep it mostly water resistant, I think that would be a really nice accessory to have. You could always, you know, just put a Ziploc bag over it to try to keep it protected from water. But I had a contact that I was talking to at Sporran, and I hadn't heard anything about the new Sporran stuff, version 2.0 or whatever. I'll have to look into it a little bit, maybe give him a call and see what kind of time frame we're looking at there. But the strength of the Sporran is definitely water resistance. It you know, has its range issues, which are expected with Bluetooth, and it has its limitations because at this point it's only refrigerant pressures and temperatures. But, you know, if all you're trying to do is get a digital Z manifold, the Sporran is about the best option you have for rigidity, robust design, very resistive to water, and the only drawback at the beginning was the price tag. And if they're coming down on the price tag and improving the range and everything, then that becomes even more attractive. Didn't get quite the progress that I wanted to get at Project Rardonizer. My goal was to get the old equipment recovered, which I did, and to put the new refrigerant piping in. But I'm sort of in a catch-22 here. Initially, I didn't think that I would be able to remove the old refrigerant piping or run new piping in the wall where it was. And You stinky person, you. But last night when I disconnected the air handler and the condenser, I actually had massive amounts of play in the pipe in the chase. And so I'm trying to decide whether it's worthwhile to change the refrigerant piping if I can indeed replace it. It's a 3/4 inch currently, and the connections on the condenser and the air handler for the new equipment is 7/8. And if I couldn't remove the refrigerant piping, I wasn't going to worry. I was just going to run 3/4. But now that it looks like I could probably replace the piping, I feel like I need to put in new piping with the 7/8 suction. So I guess I'm looking for your suggestions and feedback on what you think. I've got a purchase order started at R.E. Michael for the 80 feet of refrigerant piping that I expect to use, but I haven't decided. I haven't actually bought it yet. But what would you do if you had a 3/4 inch suction going back with a 7/8 suction on the equipment, and you could actually replace the piping? I'll probably end up doing it. Just figured I'd throw that out there and see what you guys think. I got a lot of the ducting finalized for Rardonizer. The only things left to finalize are the 2 distribution boxes that come off of the plenum. I've got everything sealed in. I just need to finalize or finish connecting and extending the flex to the registers and see how that get those boxes positioned and secured. I kind of wanted to get a video last night, but it wasn't enough of a visual change from what it was previously to bother. So I didn't bother with it. Got some of the old trunk line out of the way.
Continue on Wade Avenue.
So the space is opening up a little bit. Actually had my wonderful wife helping me in the attic, sealing collars and taping up flex duct. She's a trooper. Of course, it wasn't too bad last night. Last night it was like 60 degrees, so the attic wasn't too terribly hot. This weekend I'm on call. Doesn't mean I'll necessarily have much to do, but it does mean that I need to be available.
In 3.9 miles.
So I'm hoping I can get some work done over at Project Rardonizer, but if I end up getting calls, it'll force me to pull off and go take care of that. So anyway, just a little bit of an update, couple of questions. Thanks for watching. As I mentioned before, this video has been brought to you by Diesel Fuel. Pretty much the coffee you get at R.E. Michael. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll give you a little bit of a view of the downtown 5 Points area of Raleigh. This is historic downtown. A lot of houses in here go for about $500,000 just because they're inside the Beltline. It's kind of ridiculous, and one of the things that's kind of sad about that is that there are a lot of older customers or older homeowners that are on limited incomes, and the taxes inside the Raleigh Beltline are ridiculous. But anyway, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, and share, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye.